All right, we're going to do a few slices of the salmon, and then we're going to go back to our filling and fill our sushi. Do the sticky rice, same steps that we did before, but making a different roll. And you can really come up with your own idea of what you would like for a sushi roll. The ones I'm showing you today are just kind of traditional rolls. So we're going to go back to the nori. Same steps as before. Wet your hands in the bowl. Bring them together just like that. Grab your rice. Now this time, of course, it's going to take less because our nori is a little smaller. Go right across the top of the nori. Re-dip your hands. It's a process, but it's worth it in the end. And once you see how easy it is to make the sushi, then like I said, you can have your own sushi party right at home. Spread this out. Just like that. Okay, now we're ready for the toasted sesame right across the top. And we're going to flip again. And on the inside of this one is, like I said, cucumber across the middle, our fresh fish right across the middle. This is a Philadelphia roll, and this has the salmon. You could replace the salmon with a different fish if you'd like. This is just what's traditional. So we have raw salmon on here, and we're going to do raw tuna on our next roll as well. Raw fish for sushi always has to be frozen before it can be used for sushi. So sushi grade fish is always frozen first. And the reason that it has to be frozen is it kills off any bacteria that can harm you on the fish itself. So it's okay to eat raw fish in your sushi. Now I've put a layer of cream cheese right down the center. That one you can stretch a little bit. You don't want a big thick hunk of cream cheese in there. You want to kind of stretch it and just have a little touch of the cream cheese. So we spread that one out, and I think I'm going to put just a little bit of the avocado as well. And then we're going to roll this one. Now this is a little bit more difficult to roll because it's a smaller roll, but you're going to do it exactly the same way. They all roll exactly the same. So, starting from one end, holding on to that end, tucking everything in there that we put, and rolling this over. You can see this is only going to make probably one roll. So we're going to get our mat and help us to roll that over and seal that down. Just like that. You're squeezing it together and you're squeezing it out at the same time. Just like that. Okay, and when you open that back up, you have your Philadelphia roll. All right. Now we're going to make one more roll. That's going to be our tuna roll. So we're going to set this one off to the side. We're going to grab another piece of our nori. And we're going to make the tuna roll. Now our tuna also is a raw fish. But in the tuna roll, traditionally it just has the tuna. So we're going to do this one a little different, just to show you a different way of making the sushi. So once again, you have the shiny side and the more textured side, and you want to make sure that you use the textured side. And you can see this is a smaller piece once again. You can cut the nori into whatever size you like. It comes a certain size, but you can make it however you want. You don't have to leave it the big one like we did for the California roll. You can use the smaller ones, and you can go even smaller if you wanted to roll a single sushi. But we're going to take this with the textured side up. We're going to dip our hands again and get our rice. And this roll, we're not going to flip. So when we make this roll, the nori will be on the outside instead of on the inside of the roll. So I'm going to go ahead and spread the rice out. We're not going to do the toasted sesame this time because it's going to be on the inside of the roll. So this one's going to be a little bit different, and you'll see a different color on the plate, and that adds interest to your food as well. But it's a different way of rolling the sushi. One more time, a little bit more rice right here on the end. Okay, we're going to pat that down really well, and we're going to scoot that over to the side because we're going to get our tuna. Now we've got a fresh piece of tuna, nice cut. this is something too. You see the fish that we have is beautiful fresh fish, but it's all small pieces of fish. Because you're cutting it into such small sections, you can feed a lot of people with just a little piece of fish. So we're going to cut off a piece of our tuna. I'm going to cut 2 pieces off, just like that. And then we're going to take and cut it into our strips just like everything else. Now sushi, for the most part, was never ever made by women. Sushi was something that only the men were allowed to make, and they never even taught women chefs how to make sushi. So you're getting a real treat today, learning how to make sushi. All right, so move our nori back over, and we've got our tuna. We have bigger pieces, you'll notice, because this is the only thing that's going in there. So we want bigger pieces. We're going to line this up right along the side. Think about the inside of your sushi, just like that. All right, we want to grab one side, and we're going to roll, or start to roll. And then we'll go ahead and grab our mat, and let our mat help us because the mat doesn't stick to everything, and close that off. So you've got your tuna, you've got the rice, you've got the nori on the outside. Once again, we're sealing and stretching, and there you have your tuna roll, okay? So we made all of our 3 rolls, and we've got that all ready to cut and put on our plate. Hi, I'm Chef Danie, and I'll teach all the methods and techniques that you would learn in any great culinary school to use right in your own home. Join us for Chef Danie's culinary class Tuesday and Thursday at 11:30 a.m. and Saturday and Sunday at 6 a.m. on Fox 25. Filmed right here on the beautiful Mississippi Gulf Coast and brought to you by our friends at the Silver Slipper Casino and the Mississippi Department of Marine Resources. Grab your pencil and don't be late for class.